Aunt Norma, I hope this Father's Day finds you well. Mom and I thought you would enjoy seeing this garden because it's part of the legacy that Papa left for us. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed Father's Day and that you can feel his love still with you. So how does the garden grow? Not too bad. Let me take you on a short tour. We have Nevada lettuce. These are provider pole beans, and they're just now starting to put on little bean blooms. So we should have beans coming up shortly. And then here I have some of my coleus too. This is my favorite color of coleus, and they're the ones I like the best. So I'll take more cuttings and transplant them again next year. Here we have more beans, and so you can kind of see what it's like under here, which is kind of neat. I like the bean trellis. Oh, it's fun, and it's kind of shady. So I thought it'd be a good place for the lettuce. We got more lettuce in here. We have 70 lettuce plants of this head lettuce going right now. This is a different type of lettuce. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a cut and come again lettuce. That'll be the next one that we'll take in seed off of. And then I've got a little black seeded Simpson and Nevada scattered in there, along with coleus here and there. Our cucumbers are finally taking off because we've got warm, dry weather. And we've got a young ladybug. And some more of my coleus that are kind of struggling over here. I may have to pull them up and transplant them. These are my Cherokee beans. And it looks like we've got something going on that I'm going to have to get in here and deal with. I don't know what this is. I'm going to have to research. They're not, see, nope, soil's not dry, so it's some kind of something. Going to have to get after it. Got some serious weeding to do around this chart here. Some more provider beans. More chard lettuce that we're letting go to seed. Some cilantro, and then I've got herbs back here. I know this looks really weedy, but these are all herbs that we use. A lot of them are wild, but I use them in our teas. Some of the tomato plants, these are celebrity tomato plants. They don't really need to be staked, but they can turn kind of heavy bearing, so I thought having something to support them when they get bigger would be good. This is some of our four-season lettuce, and it's working on bolting, and I'll be getting the seeds off of that for next year. This is my gourd plant. She's going to make birdhouse gourds for me. Her name is Big Bertha. She's an afternoon and evening bloomer, so her blooms aren't open yet. But when they are open, they're really pretty. They're like these pretty white squash type blooms. And she's just kind of doing her thing, starting uphill and downhill and through the hills. Got my cotton plants here that are ready to be transplanted here in a few days once the corn comes out. And these are Mama's tomato plants. We got Bradley's for her this year. And if you look under here, we have tomatoes! Yay! I gotta prune them today, but they're doing really good. I tried planting and starting peppers from seed, and it didn't work. So my friend Minerva had a bunch of pepper plants that her chicks got into thanks to her brothers. So she gave me her peppers. There's a bunch in here. I think there's like 30 in here. I'm not sure which ones are going to make it and which ones weren't. So I planted them kind of close, and now I'm thinking I'm going to have to do a lot of pruning to keep them healthy. But we're going to have peppers. We have no idea what kind they are. It's a mixed tray we don't know if they're hot or sweet or anything. So she said, well, she said, plant them and we'll just do pepper packs at the market and buy them back. So I said, okay, that sounds good. I have my calendula planted here. It's a herb that I use the flowers off of that are orange and make a salve. It's related to sunflowers, and the little orange flowers look like little tiny sunflowers. Here's the atomic orange corn. If you can see, it's getting to have little ears on it. It's very exciting. This is not a sweet corn. It's a popcorn and a grits corn. So I'm hoping to have orange grits here pretty soon. And then over here, ooh, is my big maize morado corn. This stuff is supposed to get close to 15 feet tall, and it's about 3 feet tall now. So it's got to grow some. But interplanted into this corn is my butternut squash. So we have storage squash for this winter. It's also another one that sells really, really well over at the market and at the stand. So we'll have a little fall crop to sell and to eat. Then we get to my zucchini plants. Zucchini is one of my favorite vegetables. I harvested last night. They're just now doing anything really. The weather's just been hard on us. But as you can see, I got zucchini. And this here is where I was putting, it's not mold or anything. It's where I was putting cinnamon on the plants to keep the bugs off, and that wasn't working. And then we put 7 Dust on them. And that worked. I have sunflowers that are starting up. And I have sunflowers that are up. They're tall. And one of them up there is getting a head on it. You can see it a little bit in the afternoons, but you can't see it this time of day because it's pointed up instead of to the side. So I'll use the sunflowers themselves for chicken treats, and then I'm going to use the leaves to dye stuff with. So we got those, and then I've got my seedy, weedy radishes here that I'm letting to go to seed. This is exciting. This is a little experiment that I decided to do this year since I can't eat regular wheat. I got this stuff called emmer, and I planted it, and it's making this. So I'm hoping in a few weeks to harvest some emmer and have enough seed. I'm going to try it for porridge and hopefully have something I'll be able to plant and grind out next year and actually have bread again. So that's really exciting. Oh, and there's there's another zucchini plant. They like it here. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? Oh, I've got my flax. This is flax like what you make linen out of. So I'm going to try, I'm letting it go to seed so I can have seed for next year, but I'm going to try actually making string out of this. And what I was thinking about doing was, after I kill this evil, evil potato beetle, die, haha. Yes. I'm not always nice. I was thinking about taking the dried the dried wheat straw and using the flax string to try to make a hat. I don't know if I'll have enough, but I thought it would be nice to at least try to do something like that. Kind of entertain myself over winter. We had onions in here. They didn't do so hot this year. We don't know why, but they just didn't. We've never tried them here, so that could be it. But we've got the storage onions from last year that we put in to let to go to seed. And if you're wondering what's back here, it's the potatoes. And they're doing really well. We're getting potatoes like almost as big as my fist. It's kind of nice. I've got some yarrow here. our strawberry plants that we're working on propagating out and getting more of. They're kind of past their glory right now, but they just need to be, you know, loved on a little bit. I've got to get in here and get the runners out and transplant those. On to the other side of the garden. These are my okra seedlings. They're still working on doing something. They have a lot of growing to do before they put on anything of worth. But I've got these little watermelon plants here, and yeah, this is amaranth here, and it just pops up overnight. This wasn't here 2 days ago, so I've got to get all that weeded again. But we've got 18 watermelon plants out here. We're going to try to get watermelon out of. We have sweet potatoes. I managed to get 41 sweet potato vines into here. And they're about a foot apart in little rows. So we're hoping to give us some nice sweet potatoes. And here's my trap set up in case another raccoon comes by, just in case. And here's my basil. I just harvested some yesterday, so they're a little short. It was the first harvest, just real light. But this is a purple basil from Thailand, and it has a really nice smell to it. It's not sweet like the sweet basil is, but it has a very nice flavor in teas. I already did one container of carrots, and now I'm doing another container of carrots. This was all really nicely spaced. I had like measured out 2 inches and like planted my seeds and everything, and then something dug in it. So now you see all the seeds are pushed over to one side and not the other. Oh well. And then I had some leftover basil. And I just popped it in here, and you can see where one of my carrots was from the last go round. I was going to let it get a little bit bigger, maybe go to seed. I don't know. I wasn't real impressed with the coral carrots. I liked the purple carrots better. We have a little bit of asparagus. It's got to really do a lot more before we ever harvest it. These were crowns from several years ago, and I needed to move them, so it's basically starting all over again. And then we have the tomatoes. More tomatoes. We've got 40 tomato plants out here, and they're kind of packed in, and then we're going to put some more potatoes out in the front field. And finally, we've got to our garlic, and I know the garlic looks dismal. That's because it's time to harvest it. So a lot of the country you plant in August or September, and you harvest in most of the country you plant in September and you harvest in August. But here we plant in November and we harvest from mid-June to mid-July. So these are just ready to harvest. As you can see down here, we've got nice garlic heads that are ready to come out of the ground and be processed for. We're going to save about 150 cloves to plant again, and then we will turn the rest of it into garlic powder for this winter. And that's it. That's the garden right now.